You're going to see. Do you remember a long time ago when I was in school, and maybe when you were in school, we were told that the atom looks like this. Looks like a little solar system. Long time ago, remember? And we were taught that the atom is made of things. A thing in the center and things that orbit, things that circulate. Okay? That's not what scientists believe today. Now the atom, they believe, looks like this. It looks like energy. The atom no longer looks like things. It looks like waves of energy rather than particles of things. Now, this is very important. You're going to see why. I think you will like what you're going to see in just a moment. So just work with me. So the quantum atom is made of waves of energy rather than particles of things. And this is very important. This is very important. If you want to change an atom, you have to change the energy that the atom lives in. If you want to change the stuff, the physical stuff of our world, you must change the energy that that stuff exists within. Is that okay? Is that good? Does that make sense to you? You okay with that? Okay. We're going slowly because something big is about to happen here. Einstein said this very well. Einstein actually said the field that connects everything together is what he called the governing agency of the particle. Einstein said the field is what determines how the atom behaves. It's in the field. The sole governing agency is what Albert Einstein said. So the field that we're talking about, the field is made of electrical energy. It's made of magnetic energy. Two energies. The field that holds everything together. This is out of a traditional text, a traditional physics text. Look at what this says. This says if you change the electric field, that you will change the way the atom behaves, and there's actually a name for this. It is called the Stark effect. So if you change the electrical field, the Stark effect, you change the atom, or if you change the magnetic field, it's called the Zeeman effect, you change the atom. So all this is saying is that science knows today, if you change the electrical field or you change the magnetic field, you change the atom. Okay? That's good? Okay, watch what happens. What organ in your body produces the strongest electrical field in your body? Guess. Okay? See, I told you would like this. Okay, our world is made of electrical and magnetic energy. The atom. And the science says if you change the electrical field or you change the magnetic field, you change that atom. Okay, there is one organ in your body that produces the strongest electrical field and the strongest magnetic field in your body. Here's a clue. I'll give you a clue. Right there. Your heart. And it's where you have the feeling. The feeling that you had when you saw the baby girls. That feeling that we call a feeling is actually creating waves of electrical and magnetic energy in your heart that changes your body and changes your world. But you don't have to know that because you simply had a feeling. And this is what the ancients understood and what they left in their temples and their texts in the monasteries in the language of their time. They understood this. Our heart, look at this. The human heart produces the strongest electrical and magnetic fields in the body. Some people said the brain. The brain does produce these fields, but look. The heart's electrical field is 100 times stronger than the brain. 100 times stronger than the brain. The heart's magnetic field is up to 5,000 times stronger than the brain's magnetic field. And the references, the technical references, I won't read them here. They're on the website, my website, if you would like the technical references. But you see what's happening here. Our heart produces the fields that change our world and change our body. Can you see that so far? Beliefs create the electrical waves. Beliefs change those magnetic waves. What you believe about yourself, what you believe about me, what you believe about your world, about your relationship to God, about peace on this earth is creating what is happening on this earth right now. Beliefs change our physical world. Beliefs change matter. Now I have to stop and ask the question, does this make sense so far? Does it make sense in the back of the room? It's good? Okay. I'm going to come visit you later this afternoon. Good. It's good. Okay, if this makes sense, now we can move on. 1968, Jerry Garcia concert. Don't look too long. These are waves of energy. Quantum possibilities, scientists tell us, exist as waves of energy. The waves are contracting and expanding. They're coming and they're going. These are the possibilities of your life. Your perfect relationship is coming and it's going. Your abundance, your perfect job, it's coming and it's going. Because the waves are always in motion. Okay, let me ask you a question. What would happen if the wave was not coming and was not going? If it was in one place, what would we call that wave? If it's not coming and it's not going? Let's see what this would look like. Okay. Can you see this wave? It is pulsing, but it's not coming and it's not going. Can you see that? This is called a standing wave. A standing wave. It's not coming and it's not going. The possibilities, the quantum possibilities of your life are these waves that are coming and going. The standing wave is the reality. Okay? The quantum possibilities, the soup of all possibilities, are coming and going. But the reality of this world is a wave that is standing wave. It is not coming and it's not going. This is what atoms look like. Atoms are the waves that are stationary. Quantum possibilities are the waves that are coming and going. Okay, does that make sense so far? Okay, because if it does, you're going to like what happens next. And then it won't be so technical. Okay, this makes sense. Let me ask, our beliefs in our heart produce the standing wave. Your heart produces the wave that locks the possibilities into place. Your heart is what produces the waves that make atoms. It's what you believe in your heart is what locks the quantum possibility into the reality of this moment. Heart waves are standing waves. Now, this is important. We're going to work with our hearts this afternoon. I'm going to share with you an experiment. How many have heard of the very famous double-slit experiment performed in 1909? 1909. A couple. This is the experiment that began the ideas of quantum physics. It's a very important experiment. Look at what happened. Scientists in 1909 took a particle of matter called a photon. Photon. It's P-H-O-T-O-N. They have this photon right here. And they take this photon and they wanted to shoot the photon at this target. Before it could reach this target, it passes through one opening, through this barrier. Okay? So, easy experiment. They take the particle, passes through the barrier, goes to the target. The particle acts like a particle. Everyone is happy. It's a good experiment. This is good. Okay? Then they tried the experiment again and changed one thing. They're using the same kind of particle, the same target. This time, the barrier has two openings. Now, they believe that the particle can only be in one place at one time, and they were not prepared for what happens in this experiment. Should we do this experiment? You want to see? Okay, watch what happens. This is a photon, a particle of light. It's the stuff our world and our bodies are made of. So they are experimenting with the stuff of reality is what they're doing. They take this particle and they fire it and it disappeared. And they said, what happened? The next time they saw the particle was at this target, but it's not a particle. It's a wave, meaning that it passed through both openings at the same time. The particle changed itself to accommodate the conditions. And this is actually a drawing. This is from the actual science notebook of 1909 showing what these waves look like. This is a mystery. So the scientists are asking the question, why did this happen? They're saying the particle began as a particle. It began as matter. But look at this. It behaves like a wave. It behaves like energy. And they're asking why. Why does the particle change? They asked this question. They said, who knows that there are two openings possible for that particle? The scientists in the room know. The particle knows. But the particle can't know anything. And the scientists, they say, well, we know, but that cannot possibly have an effect on reality, can it? So here's the question. Who knows that there are two openings available? The scientist and the particles. And this is the answer to our question here.